right, so Montreal is up 1-0 against Minnesota. Yeah, it was a pretty good first period. I would say at the start, there was some back and forth, but not really anyone making the first move yet. I feel like they were vibe checking each other, seeing who was going to make the first move, and it was Minnesota. So Minnesota, they would get on the attack, they would create a lot of chances. We were seeing them getting past Montreal's defense, and at that point, I was kind of getting concerned with Montreal's defense. But then a little bit later, Montreal, they would start to get on the attack a little bit more. We start to see more pressure from them, some really good transitions. We were starting to see better connection in those rushes, in that attack, in those transitions. And yeah, there was also this one moment where I feel like Curl should have been called for that penalty on Abby Rock. Like, she put Abby Rock into the wall and there was no penalty call. And Rock, she kind of was struggling to get off the ice and go through the door, and she even had to go down the tube, but thankfully Rock is okay. And yeah, so Dubois, she would end up scoring Montreal's first goal, which is awesome. And yeah, then we start to see that back and forth between Montreal and Minnesota. I think when it comes to Montreal, they had to be real careful when it comes to Minnesota. Because if we look back at game 4, I almost wanted to say game 3, but game 4, Montreal, they would go up by 1, but then we start to see a momentum shift from Minnesota. Minnesota, they were starting to get forward more and applying pressure. And yeah, I'm kind of seeing that in this first period. Yes, Dubois was able to score first, but then Minnesota, they started to respond. They were getting on the attack more. They were applying pressure. And there was a really interesting save by Anne-Renee Desbiens, where she just saved the puck like right at the edge of the goal line. But yeah, so Montreal, they had to watch out for those momentum shifts. They had to do a better job at cutting off Minnesota's attack and recovering possession. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting second and third period. Hopefully Montreal can hold on, and hopefully they can get more goals.